Guys, so I have never cooked with just wood before, but that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try it out. Hopefully it goes well. I got some gasoline on there. I'm going to let it soak in for a minute, and then I'm going to light it, let that burn down for probably about 30 minutes. So, being this is my first time doing this, if I'm doing something wrong, feel free to correct me. You know, what I love about barbecuing is trial and error. Trying new things, figuring out what you did wrong. So, I can smell gasoline on there. So, this is probably, who knows, maybe not, won't go so well. Let's find out. Oh, that went fine. No problem. I didn't put too much. So, as I said, because I've never cooked with just oak wood before, Google says 30 minutes to an hour of letting it burn down, and then you can cook. So I guess you've just got to judge it by the way that it looks, and we'll see how that looks in about 30 minutes. Work, take two. Alright, let's pray to the fire gods that works. Alright, so it's going. I gotta admit, a little bit challenging, which, as I said, that's what I like. I like a challenge. It's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out. Okay, once again, guys, I could be doing this completely wrong because I've never done this before. But, you know what? I'm having a good time here. So, I got the base of the fire built, and now I've put my new wood on top. I'm going to let that burn down. I'm kind of winging it, see how this goes. Wait till it turns all nice and clean, get some clean smoke. And then we're going to grill some chicken leg quarters, one of my favorite pieces of meat. Cheap, but I love it. Yeah, Rocky. Rocky! Alright, so that amount of wood that I used has produced, so far, about 525 degrees, it seems. And it's still climbing a little bit, so it might get hotter than that. Like I said, guys, I'm, just experimenting here. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, it's north of 525, heading up to maybe 550. So, in other words, it's pretty damn hot. So, we're going to let that just keep doing what it's doing there. Break that down until it's all just coals. And then we'll start cooking. I'm excited about this. I really am. Alright, guys, there it is. I got it all broke down. And let me tell you something. It is fucking hot. What's so crazy about this is that doesn't look like a lot of coals. To me, it doesn't. But that shit is crazy fucking hot. Like crazy hot. Which is really impressive. So, we're going to check this out. Alright, I see our needle starting to slow down a little bit. It's getting up to about 325, close to 350. Well, I'm thinking it'd be close to 350 from my experience in the past. A lot of times when you put your meat on there, temperature goes down a little bit. So 325, that's not bad. Chicken, in my opinion, should be cooked kind of slow. Going to keep an eye on it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I got them seasoned up here. I used cayenne pepper and some chicken seasoning that I got. So I always put skin side up because you don't want that skin to cook too quick. It'll start dripping down and start burning, and the fire will cool down later on. So we'll shut the lid, see how the temperature is. Let this cook, excuse me, cook a little bit. Breathing in some of that smoke. Let this cook a little bit, and after a little bit, once the fire starts to cool down and we flip these over, those drippings from that skin to kind of help light the fire back up again. Little trick if you weren't aware of that. Alright guys, looks like we're hovering around 250 degrees. I got that vent mostly closed. That's a good temperature for me. I'm pretty happy with that. So I like my chicken low and slow. You know, sometimes if you sear the skin really good, it gets kind of crispy. But I like that slow cooked taste. So we're going to check in a little bit. We're around 250. So I'll probably let this cook on one side for about an hour. Flip it over. We'll see. I'm not sure. Touch and go. Touch and go. All right. As much as I would like to just not post the mistake that I made, maybe I will, maybe I won't, who knows. Maybe I'll just post an all new video. So that fire was not hot enough. Learned my lesson. So I got some more wood. I'm going to burn this down. That's probably going to take 45 minutes. So I'm going to burn this down and then we'll try it again. Alright guys, so here we are. Going to give it another shot. I'm going to have to probably try to grill most of it and just keep close eye on it, because these coals will get cold on me faster than what I want. So have to play it by ear, figure it out. Here on Ken's Cooking Channel, I fuck it up so you don't have to. Rocky's over there looking disappointed. And here we go. All right. Like I said before, what I love about barbecuing is trying new things, figuring it out. So this is the first time that I've cooked this way, and I made a mistake. However, the mistake is about to be remedied, and one way or the other, we will have some good food here. Spoke to a buddy of mine, and I asked him, I said, you ever cooked on just wood? He said, yeah, when I was a kid camping and shit. And I told him the problem that I had, and he said, yeah, hard to do with chicken. Well, it may be hard to do, but it's exactly what the fuck I'm about to do. That's a beautiful sight there, but what I seen the last time was a little short-lived. So we'll keep an eye on that temperature. See how high it gets. First time, it went up to over 550 degrees, and, or close to it. And I said, well, let these coals cool down. Well, that turned out to be a little bit of a mistake, because then it got so goddamn cold I couldn't cook with it. So here we are. Alright guys, looks like we're rolling pretty good. Pretty happy with that. We'll check on it in about another 15, 20, 30 minutes. It's the first flip. Alright, so we went from close to 450 degrees to 350 degrees fairly quickly. The smoke, as you can see, is receding, so the fire, I assume, is cooling down. We've done flipped it once. We're going to take a peek at it. Just want you to see the smoke roll out, Alright. It's kind of pretty, isn't it? Alright. Chicken skin is already sticking to the grill. And I don't know what you think. Looks pretty fucking good to me. Got some chicken juices coming out of the chicken here. I'm probably going to flip these over and then move them a little closer towards the center. Maybe. I don't know. See, what I'm trying with this wood, the wood is more spread out since it puts out so much heat. A lot of times with charcoal, you got to keep it kind of lumped close together. For one, because charcoal is expensive and things such as that nature. But with this wood, it's free. I got a big stockpile of it over in my daughter's yard next door. So flip those over. We're at 350 now. However, even though we are at 350, part of that is because I've got this vent closed quite a bit. So we can open that vent up, let that smoke start to roll, and that will bring that temperature up. You can put your hand right there and feel about how much heat versus how much moisture you got. Got a good amount of moisture in there. Alright, we're going to let this do its thing here for just a little bit. We'll check back in. Alright guys, I want to show you this. So remember just a minute ago I told you that my temperature dropped, or not a minute ago, it's been probably 15 minutes. My temperature drops to open that vent up. So what that does, if you're unfamiliar, it lets more air in. So when that happened, that piece of wood there wasn't burned all the way down, caught a little bit, and you got to keep a close eye on it. This is why you can't, this ain't no pellet grill. You can't just walk away, you know. You got to keep a close eye on your food because it'll burn. And I don't know how you feel about it, and I apologize for my being all over the place with my camera. But I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't particularly like burnt food. Now, me and my ex-wife split up when I was 20 years old. And so I learned how to cook myself, so I ate a lot of terrible shit. I am not beyond eating terrible shit. Let me tell you something, I'll fuck this up, I'll eat every goddamn bit of it. But that's what happens when you teach yourself how to cook. You learn what not to do. Got that looking good. Got that looking good. That's kind of hot right there. I'm probably going to go ahead and close that vent up a little bit, or you know what? I don't think I will. I think I'm going to let that. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to let this cook a little bit longer. Look at all this smoke. Beautiful, beautiful smoke. See what we're going to do with that piece of wood there. Like I said, what I love about barbecuing is a challenge. Because I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. I don't know what to do about that fucking thing right there. It's being a menace. It's kind of fucking my food up a little bit. So, should I let it keep burning? Should I close the vent and cool it down? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Alright, so we still got some good smoke going. We're at 325 degrees. Let's take a look at it. So, as you know, was not sure what to do about that menace that I had there burning my food up. Ultimately, I decided just to let it do what it was going to do. And the decision for that was because I think this chicken is in a good place. I think it's in a really good place. So I like to let chicken cook slow and for quite a bit of time. However, what I'm noticing with this cooking with this wood is that you kind of get the best of both worlds, excuse me, because you know, when you cook fast, you sear your chicken, you sear it, right? And that's very beneficial for the flavor of the skin. The skin's got a little bit more pop to it when you sear it really quickly. But the interior of the meat has a much better flavor when it's slow cooked. So, what I'm seeing here so far is, I think we're kind of getting the best of the both worlds here. Both worlds. Let's see if my chicken pyramid will stand up. So, those that are unfamiliar with my chicken pyramid, I like to build my chicken up like this. And the reason that I like to do this, have you ever seen when you go to those like Mexican stands where they're cooking up the tacos and shit, and then they got them on that little spindle thing, and then they shave the meat off the side, but they're letting just all the juices of the meat just kind of cook down? So that's where I got this idea from. So I decided to do this one evening, just, you know, stack my chicken up like this. And the benefits are there. So we're going to let this meat sit here in this chicken pyramid with all that beautiful smoke and do what it's going to do for just a little while. And we'll check back in. Alright, so this chicken is basically done. However, I cook my chicken a little bit differently. So this fire is still fairly goddamn hot. So I added a pan of water in here, and that water is going to sit here and cook. Well, it's going to add a little bit of fucking humidity for a little while longer. It's going to sit in here with this chicken and just keep it moist and keep it nice and let it continue to let that internal meat cook a little bit. I like my chicken cooked a little slow, especially this dark meat. That's what I like. You know, what do we got here? I'll count it up a little bit, but we got probably 32 motherfucking pieces. Probably. It's 10 pounds of chicken. Either way. I don't know how many pieces. We got 1, 2 times all that for $15. $15. Anyway, we're going to let this cook for a little bit longer. I'll take it off in a little while. We hovered around 225. We'll go ahead and take the shelf. So, let's not try to fool one another. When Ken drinks, when Ken cooks, Ken drinks. Ken's fucked up right now. This is some good goddamn barbecue. Hey, Rocky. Let's rip this shit apart. I'm going to right now. Huh. That's fucking fantastic. It's like a 32 piece. Remember, my cost is like 15 fucking bucks. Alright guys, about to smoke some fucking weed and eating a little bit. Rocky says hello.